In the spotlight is Angela Levin, who seems to enjoy playing ringmaster to a three-ring circus of royal misinformation. Levin's obsession with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex has reached fever pitch. It's exhausting, but today we're not just pulling back the curtain, we're tearing it down. Her latest masterpiece of nonsense frames Prince Harry's quiet visit with King Charles as an act of desperation, a scramble to stay relevant, driven by economic panic and tabloid paranoia. Levin would have you believe that the Sussexes are out in Montecito, clinging to their Netflix contract like it's a life raft. She paints Meghan Sussex as the Machiavellian puppet master, scripting emotional chess moves while Harry stumbles around like a broke tourist with a royal surname. It's so cartoonish you'd think Levin was pitching a Netflix special of her own, the Windsors fan fiction edition. But let's cut through the fantasy. While Levin pushes this tired narrative to satisfy her loyal band of click-hungry critics, actual observers like Riley Sullivan offer something rare in the royal commentary ecosystem: facts, fairness, and common sense. Sullivan doesn't deal in caricatures, he deals in clarity. His analysis of Harry's visit doesn't hinge on desperation. It reveals strategy. Meghan's support for reconciliation wasn't born of panic, it was a forward-looking move, clearing the fog of royal drama to spotlight what really matters: the Invictus Games, Archewell's ongoing work, and global influence rooted in service, not palace perks. It's almost as if Levin is writing for a Netflix special, the Windsors fan fiction edition. She doesn't just misread Meghan, she misunderstands the entire game being played. While Meghan is quietly shifting global conversations on leadership, mental health, and resilience, Levin is still trapped in a feedback loop of 2018 palace intrigue. Her every quote sounds like it was drafted during a lunch break at the Daily Mail offices, loaded with bitterness and devoid of foresight. Meghan's critics are left clutching pearls while Meghan clutches purpose. Now let's move past the sensationalism and into the realm of reality. Enter Riley Sullivan, our lighthouse in the storm of royal commentary. Sullivan doesn't trade in the currency of caricatures, he deals in the gold of clarity. His analysis of Harry's visit doesn't reek of desperation, but rather it reveals strategy. He sees the chessboard, not just the pieces. It's not about scrambling for relevance, it's about making moves that matter. And what about Meghan? Well, according to Sullivan, her support for reconciliation wasn't delivered in the throes of panic. No, it was a forward-thinking maneuver, a clearing of the fog, a spotlight on what truly matters: the Invictus Games, Archewell's ongoing work, a global influence rooted not in palace perks, but in service. Sullivan even referenced reports from the very media ecosystem that typically feasts on Meghan's silence. He highlighted how she's positioning the royal family not as adversaries, but as guests in her wider vision. Let that sink in. Meghan Sussex is building a platform where the monarchy isn't the centerpiece. It's a cameo. That's not desperation. That's dominance. It's Meghan as a visionary, not a villain. This is where Levin's commentary falls flat on its face. She's been reading the game wrong. Meghan isn't just a player, she's changing the rules. While she's quietly shifting global conversations on leadership, mental health, and resilience, Levin is still caught in a time warp of 2018 palace intrigue. Her commentary reeks of bitterness, devoid of foresight. Meghan's critics clutch their pearls while Meghan clutches purpose. They lose their collective minds over Meghan's every move or silence. One week they claim she's too loud. The next they question why she isn't posing with Beyoncé in Las Vegas. But here's the thing. Meghan doesn't need to be seen to be significant. She doesn't need to perform to prove relevance. Her absence speaks volumes. And the fact that it rattles tabloids and gossip columnists only proves how central she remains in their narratives. Meghan Sussex is not the villain in this story, she's the visionary. While Meghan is changing the global conversation, Levin seems stuck in the past. This is the heart of the misunderstanding. Levin's commentary on Meghan's actions and intentions seems to be rooted in outdated norms and expectations. She seems to believe that Meghan is playing the same old royal game, when in fact Meghan is reshaping the rules entirely. Meghan is not merely a pawn in this game, nor is she a puppet master controlling Harry's every move. She's an influential figure with a clear vision and a purpose that extends beyond royal drama. Meghan's approach is strategic, thoughtful, and designed to make a real impact. However, Levin seems to interpret every move Meghan makes as a desperate attempt to cling to relevance or a Machiavellian scheme to manipulate the royal family. This perspective is not only bitter and cynical, but it also completely misses the point. The game Meghan is playing is not about royal status or tabloid attention. It's about making a difference in the world, advocating for mental health awareness, promoting resilience, and pushing for meaningful change. Meghan is not just a royal, she's a global leader, and her actions should be interpreted in that context. Levin's commentary, while entertaining to some, is ultimately a caricature of the truth. It's a narrative that serves her own interests and feeds into the drama-loving appetites of her audience. But it does not reflect the reality of Meghan's actions or her intentions. So while Levin and her ilk continue to clutch their pearls in shock and disapproval, Meghan remains focused on her purpose. She's not swayed by bitter commentary or tabloid drama. Instead, she's quietly reshaping the global conversation and proving that she doesn't need a crown to make a difference. While Meghan clutches purpose, her critics are left clutching pearls. This is the crux of the misunderstanding. Meghan is not playing the same game as her critics. She's playing a much bigger, much more impactful game, and it's about time we all started recognizing that. Meghan's silence speaks volumes. Let's explore why. The critics have been known to say a lot about Meghan, but it's her silence that resonates the most. You see, Meghan's silence isn't empty, it's echoing. It's a profound statement that reverberates through the hollow halls of tabloid chatter and royal rumor mills. It's a resounding retort to the critics who demand her voice, yet fail to value its message. When Meghan's voice is absent from the conversation, her critics are left in a frenzy. They scramble to fill the void with their own narratives, as if the absence of her voice somehow diminishes her significance. But their reactions reveal far more about their own insecurities than they do about Meghan's relevance. Meghan's silence is far from an admission of insignificance. It's a demonstration of her strength, her resilience, and her determination to not be defined by the noise that surrounds her. Each moment of silence is a refusal to be swayed by the winds of criticism. It's a statement of her steadfastness in the face of relentless scrutiny. But it's more than that. Meghan's silence is a spotlight, illuminating what truly matters. It's a beacon directing attention away from the petty squabbles and towards the real issues at hand. It's a reminder that her work, her passion, and her influence are not contingent on the approval of her critics. In the face of relentless scrutiny and unwarranted criticism, Meghan's silence is her weapon. It's a powerful tool that allows her to control the narrative and maintain her dignity. It's a shield that protects her from the onslaught of negative press and enables her to focus on what truly matters. In the end, Meghan's silence is not a sign of her absence, but a testament to her presence. It's a powerful reminder that she doesn't need to be seen to be significant. She doesn't need to perform to prove her relevance. Her silence speaks louder than words, and the fact that it unsettles her critics only emphasizes her enduring influence. Meghan doesn't need to be seen to be significant. Her absence speaks volumes. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's remember the real story here. Angela Levin's commentary is a circus of royal misinformation, pushing a narrative that paints the Duke and Duchess of Sussex as desperate and irrelevant. But let's not be fooled by this cartoonish tale. The reality is far from the fiction Levin would have us believe. We've seen how Meghan Sussex is not a puppet master, but a visionary. Instead of clinging to royal ties, she's creating a platform where the monarchy is a guest, not the centerpiece. This isn't an act of desperation. It's a demonstration of dominance. It's a bold move that sends a clear message. Meghan doesn't need to be seen to be significant. She doesn't need to perform to prove relevance. Her absence speaks volumes, and the fact that it rattles tabloids and gossip columnists only proves how central she remains in their heads. Meanwhile, Prince Harry's quiet visit with King Charles is not a scramble to stay relevant, but a strategic move. It's part of a broader plan that focuses on what really matters: the Invictus Games, Archewell's ongoing work, and global influence rooted in service, not palace perks. Throughout all this, we've seen how Levin's obsession with the Sussexes has led her to misread and misunderstand the game being played. While Meghan is quietly shifting global conversations on leadership, mental health and resilience, Levin is stuck in a feedback loop of stale palace intrigue. Her commentary is not just misleading, it's missing the point. So let's not get distracted by the drama. Let's focus on the facts, the fairness, and the common sense. Let's celebrate the Sussexes for the amazing work they're doing, and let's support them in their journey. Thank you for joining us at Royal Telly today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I'm Chloe, and it was a pleasure sharing this journey with you. Until next time, stay royal!